History often shows ancient warfare as simple and brutal. Soldiers swung swords, raised shields, fighting with raw strength. But that picture is incomplete. Beneath centuries of dust lies another truth. Ancient civilizations were smarter and more inventive than we often believe. They understood nature, mechanics, and engineering in ways we still marvel at. They created weapons capable of changing the course of history itself. For thousands of years, war followed predictable rules. Armies clashed face to face. Victory depended on numbers and strength. Battles were brutal, but predictable. Cities rose and fell slowly. Empires expanded through endurance, not instant destruction. Then, something changed. A new kind of weapon appeared, one that relied on knowledge, engineering, and terrifying innovation.
Across the ancient world, brilliant minds experimented with forces far beyond combat. Fire, pressure, mechanics. They studied everything carefully. These engineers were not soldiers. They were scientists long before the word existed. Their creations would not just defeat enemies, they rewrote the rules of war. One invention could protect a city or destroy an entire fleet. Knowledge had become a weapon.
Among the most feared weapons was Greek fire. Developed by the Byzantine Empire, it burned fiercely, even on water. Fired through bronze tubes, it turned naval battles into floating infernos. Enemy ships could not extinguish it. Jumping into the sea offered no escape. Flames spread uncontrollably, consuming wood, sails, and men alike. Greek fire was unstoppable destruction and psychological terror unlike anything the ancient world had seen. Naval strategy often failed before the first strike. Entire fleets surrendered out of fear alone. Greek fire was a weapon of domination, not just combat. Its secret formula was guarded carefully, never fully written down. Knowledge was power, and power ruled the seas.
These superweapons did more than destroy armies. They shattered morale and spread fear before battles even began. Entire fleets hesitated, entire armies retreated at the sight of innovation. When enemies believed a civilization had unstoppable technology, victory was often already decided. But many of these weapons and their secrets vanished from history. On land, another deadly invention awaited Rome. Archimedes, the legendary mathematician, designed a massive mechanical weapon. The Claw of Syracuse could lift enemy ships straight out of the water. Using levers and counterweights, it smashed them back into the sea. Roman sailors described it as fighting an invisible monster. Entire crews panicked as ships were destroyed before their eyes. Knowledge had defeated brute force. The mind became the most powerful weapon in warfare. Fear spread through enemy ranks, often deciding victory instantly. Archimedes' inventions showed science could overpower strength. The claw was more than a weapon, it was psychological warfare. Intelligence had reshaped the battlefield entirely. Empires that mastered technology ruled both seas and lands. They no longer relied solely on massive armies for dominance. Innovation protected cities and destroyed enemies alike. Fear of the unknown kept rivals at bay before battles even began. Knowledge became the foundation of power and empire. History favored those who controlled technology and information. Innovation reshaped civilization faster than brute force ever could. Strategic intellect replaced sheer manpower on the battlefield. Cities with advanced weapons became untouchable fortresses. Technology was the key to survival, domination, and legacy.
In ancient Greece, Archimedes emerged as one of history's greatest minds. Mathematician, engineer, and inventor, he understood the power of intellect. When Syracuse faced the Roman Empire, he turned knowledge into a weapon. Archimedes believed that understanding physics could overcome any army. His workshops were filled with levers, pulleys, and ingenious devices. Each invention combined mechanics, mathematics, and strategy. The Claw of Syracuse was his masterpiece, a machine capable of sinking fleets. Roman soldiers watched in terror as their ships were lifted from the sea. Panic spread before any swords were drawn or arrows fired. Archimedes proved that intelligence could defeat brute force.
Ancient superweapons attacked not only armies, but minds. Fear spread faster than fire, shaking morale before battle even began. Entire fleets and legions hesitated in the shadow of unknown technology. Psychological warfare became as deadly as physical combat. Victory was sometimes achieved without a single strike. Enemies surrendered simply because they believed defeat was inevitable. These inventions were instruments of terror as much as instruments of war. Knowledge and engineering became the ultimate battlefield advantage. Strategic genius could outweigh thousands of soldiers. The mind of the engineer became more lethal than any sword or spear. No empire lasts forever. Cities fell and libraries burned. Engineers died or were forgotten. Generations lost access to knowledge. Weapons that once reshaped history vanished into silence. Ancient machines rusted away. Stone buried their secrets. The world moved forward, unaware of what had been lost. What was once powerful became legend, and legend became myth. Only fragments remain: broken metal, faded manuscripts, cracked stone. These remnants hint at incredible power without revealing the full story. The past whispers softly through these silent ruins. Modern observers are left to wonder at the ingenuity lost to time.
Today, archaeologists uncover fragments of these ancient machines. Rusted gears, faded blueprints, and partially destroyed texts tell a story. Scientists attempt to recreate these technologies in modern labs. Some experiments succeed, many fail, not because of weak tools, but missing knowledge. The original formulas and techniques remain incomplete. Each discovery raises more questions than answers. If ancient civilizations achieved such power, what else did they know? Could they harness forces beyond our current understanding? Modern science can replicate effects, but not always the exact mechanism. Every reconstruction offers glimpses into their genius, and a chilling reminder of what we have lost. Knowledge can be as dangerous as it is powerful. Rediscovery of ancient weapons teaches us both awe and caution. These machines remind us that intellect can surpass brute strength, and that fear alone can shape the outcome of battles. Ancient minds applied science to domination. They turned innovation into absolute power. Their ingenuity still challenges our modern imagination. Some lost technologies may never be fully understood. Even partial reconstructions feel eerily advanced. What they built could destroy armies without soldiers touching a sword. Strategic thinking and engineering became the ultimate weapon. Fear, knowledge, and innovation combined into unmatched power. These lessons echo through history, warning future generations.
Technology, when misused, can outstrip human control, and wisdom becomes the only true safeguard against destruction.
Scientists attempt to reconstruct these machines using modern tools. Some succeed partially, others fail completely. Key secrets remain missing. Even the most sophisticated labs cannot fully replicate ancient engineering. Each fragment sparks curiosity about the past's hidden power. Every experiment teaches us both what was possible and what is lost. These rediscoveries remind us of the fragility of knowledge across time. If ancient civilizations achieved this power, what else did they know? What other secrets are still buried beneath the sands of time? Knowledge lost or hidden may hold the key to both creation and destruction. Modern science struggles to fill the gaps in ancient wisdom. We are left with questions as haunting as the answers are incomplete. The past challenges our understanding of history and technology. Could we face dangers beyond what we imagine based on forgotten knowledge? Every artifact, every fragment hints at possibilities once realized and reminds us of the responsibility that comes with power. History warns that knowledge alone is not enough. It must be paired with wisdom. Power without wisdom destroys civilizations. Every empire that focused solely on conquest and destruction eventually fell. Ancient weapons remind us that technology is a double-edged sword. The same knowledge that built wonders also created tools of devastation. History does not disappear. It waits patiently, ready to repeat itself. The lessons of the past remain carved in stone and ash. Advanced engineering without caution can bring downfall. Human ambition, fear, and greed have always driven decisions. Civilizations rise and fall when knowledge is misused. The past is a mirror reflecting the choices we must make today. The ancient world was far more advanced than we ever believed. Their superweapons reshaped empires, warfare, and human destiny. Cities fell, battles were won, and civilizations were transformed. But in the end, those civilizations faded into legend. Their silent message is clear. Power shapes history, but wisdom decides its future. The legacy of these ancient superweapons continues to echo, urging caution, respect, and understanding.